Morning and welcome to the last of our coffee catch-ups. I know, I can't believe it. It's gone so quickly. We've just broadcast episode 6 of The Insurance Apprentice, which means we only have one more step before we crown this year's winner. And we'll be doing that at a live finale, which will be broadcast next week. I'll tell you more about that shortly. It's been a very long road, an exhausting one for our contestants and even for our judges. And I want to thank you, our viewers, and not just from here in South Africa, but indeed across the continent, because you helped us make this season one of the most successful that we've had. In fact, as at today, we had just under 200,000 views, and that's without episode 6 and of course the finale. And it's been amazing to see all of the engagement from our fans. I was particularly amused at the comments in the most recent episode, which was sponsored by the FSCA today. These are some of the ones that stuck out for me. Jonathan, who's been an amazing supporter of the show, said, "Kyle has a brilliant personality and a really bright future. This isn't pressure, it's a privilege," he went on to say. And I thought that was really insightful, and so did Catherine. And Catherine, incidentally, is a judge from a couple of years back. She said, "Wasn't that the best way to describe the opportunity that these contestants have through The Insurance Apprentice?" And in fact, many of our finalists have gone on into serious leadership positions in the industry. So you're absolutely spot on, Catherine. Ashni, once again commenting, and thank you for your support. "Nice to get out of your comfort zone. It makes you feel like a better version of yourself." Absolutely, Ashley, and isn't that the whole point of the show? Michelle said, "Simon, you are so wrong with this decision." And I think she was referring to the dismissal of a favorite in the current episode, but you'll have to check it out. I might give you a spoiler a bit later. Caroline, who's a former TIA judge as well, and was at the FSCA, said, "Sorry, Wayne, lump in my throat." These things are always so emotional. She went on to say, "Great task, Fazana and the FSCA, so critical. The journey from compliance to conduct and culture." And it's one of the things that we hope to get right in the show, is to see that progression in the industry. Then I must draw attention to the next comments from Mitesh. And those of you that don't know Mitesh, he was a finalist in the 2019 season who actually decided to troll me in this particular episode. "Who writes the script for Simon?" he said, knowing full well that this is all unscripted. My fellow judge Knox commented, "Totally unscripted," rushing to my defense, and then puts the boot in herself and says, "He's that unhinged on set." Thank you very much, Miss Throw My Papers in the Air. Check out that episode if you haven't yet. Knox literally throws her toys all over the studio. Now, once again from Mitesh, "I can't deal with Simon," he says. That's what he said in 2019 as well, and that's why he didn't win. Supported by Cynthia in the comments. "Me too," she said. And finally, just look at this. "Please could someone help out Mitesh?" He says he needs a doctor's note because he was skiving off work to watch the show. But jokes aside, thank you for all the engagement. It really does make this show all the more entertaining for all of us that are actually involved in this production. And there is a massive crew at Flash Forward and of course at FA News that support this show. But right, let's move on to the task that was sponsored by Marsh. That was episode 5. I asked a question of you, our viewers. I said the individual contestants had to come up with an answer as to what the impact on insurance was going to be as a result of climate change, a critical issue. There were 3 elements that the judges were looking for. One was the cost of insurance. What were the other 2? And the answers, of course, were coverage and retentions. And the winner this week is Liesel January. Well done, Liesel. I think Liesel and I used to work together some time ago. We'll be in touch with you to get you your prize of 2,000 Rand. And that was actually the last viewer's question for the season. I can't believe it. It's almost all over. But the remaining prize, the big one, that's the 4,000 Rand for being the viewer's favorite. We have to take a look at the leaderboard and see what the standings are. We've had, I cannot believe it, look at this, almost 50,000 votes, and nearly half of those are allocated to Deirdre. She's firmly re-established her lead by quite a margin with just over 24,000 votes. She must have got the whole of Santam and Sanlam to vote for her in this competition. Well done, Deirdre. In second place is Mutsa with 10,000 votes, followed closely by Kyle in third, and then Rafilwe and Christopher rounding off the top five. Ferguson, Wayne, Marissa, Elizabeth, Kagisho, all brilliant competitors making up the balance of the votes. Now, it's not over yet. You've still got until next week, Wednesday, that's the 10th, to cast your votes for your favorite. And remember that the winning viewer gets 4,000 Rand, and the favorite contestant also wins 4,000 Rand, even if they were eliminated earlier in the competition. So keep voting on that specialist TIA Fave voting page. There is a link appearing on the screen right now, and it'll also be in the comments below this post on Facebook. So you don't have a lot of time to vote. Make sure you get your votes in before close of business next week, Wednesday. The winners will be announced at our live finale, which will be broadcast from the Hollard campus on Thursday evening, the 11th of May at 6:30. And that's all from me for this season. Thanks again for watching. And if you're sitting there thinking that you have what it takes to be next year's insurance apprentice, be sure to visit the TIA website as soon as the entries open, which will be shortly after the finale. We don't take long before we start looking for the next champion. Make sure you enter. It'll be worth your while. It could change your career. I'm Simon Coleman, and you're all now officially dismissed.